One of the more powerful aspects of Connect is the fact that it's a server. It lives in the cloud, and I can use it that way in some pretty unique ways. For example, a meeting room. As long as I have the URL to the meeting room, I can access that meeting room from any system that's connected to the internet. And that's been very handy for me in the past during times when my computer was unable to connect to the internet, or maybe my computer was ailing, or even I left it at home. And in addition to that, whenever I want to present content using Connect, I'll upload it first into a SharePod. By uploading it into a SharePod, I'm actually uploading it to the server so it becomes available in the cloud. For example, if in a SharePod I select the little down arrow here, one of the options that I have is recently shared. The reason I can select from among my recently shared objects is because those objects are actually sitting on the server. So if I want to open up this document, I can select it. It will pop into the SharePod and I can present. Again, that's really handy because I don't have to be on any particular computer to be able to present this information. But working with content in Connect is something that you can go a little further with, because once you understand that it lives on the server, you can begin to manage it that way and make it available not just for yourself, but for yourself and others in some pretty interesting ways. So I'm going to stop the sharing, and we're going to jump over to the dashboard by selecting Meeting, Manage Meeting Information. And it's been a while since I've logged in, so it's just asking me for my password one more time. This may happen to you. It may actually take you right into the meeting room. And there we go. Among the things that I have to manage for my meeting is uploaded content. So I can go ahead and click on Uploaded Content. And these are all of the objects that I've uploaded into this particular meeting room. Now, this is somewhat limiting because it means that these objects are only available to me while I'm in this meeting room. Well, what if I'm in another meeting and I want to use these letters, or I want to show this document? Connect has a really unique way for me to be able to move content around on the server to make it available first to myself, but then to others. So first, let's make it generally available to myself. I'm going to select these objects here because these are things that I definitely might want to use elsewhere. Once I've selected them, I'm going to click Move to Folder. These are now in a folder associated specifically with that meeting. What I want to do is move them to a general content folder that I own, and that is My Content. All I need to do now is click on Move, and those items have been moved successfully. Now we'll click OK, and I want to show you where you can access them. First off, I'll show you that if I want to access them here in the portal, I can click on the Content tab, click on My Content, and there they are. But it's important to understand that I might also want to use this in a particular meeting room. So I'm going to return to the meeting room. And although this happens to be the same meeting room from which the content came, it could be any meeting room at all. When I select Share Document, I see the Document to Share dialog box. These are the documents that I've recently shared. But if I want to access the content that I've begun collecting under My Content, I'll click on My Content, and here are all of the documents. Now, these may have come from several different meetings that I've been holding over the last 2 or 3 years or whatever. Once I've put them in My Content using the method that I just showed you, they become generally available to any SharePod in any meeting room that I'm hosting. Now I'm going to select Cancel because I want to take this one step further. It turns out that everybody in my company wants to be able to use that letters.swf file. They think that it's really cool and they want to be able to use it. So I'm going to go back to the Connect portal and I'm going to click on Content. And this time I'm going to select that letters.swf. It happens to be in My Content right now. And I'm going to select Move. And instead of moving it to My Content as I did before, I'm going to select a specific user because it's Olivia that wants to use this. So I'm going to go ahead and move it and click OK. Now that I've moved it, notice that it's no longer among My Content. So I actually can't take advantage of it. In fact, if we'll come over here to Connect, share my screen, share document, select My Content, and lo and behold, it's not there for me to use. Okay, well that's a problem. So what I actually want to do is I want to take that content and move it into a place that anyone who is using this instance of Connect can access. So we'll go back there. And understand that because I'm an administrator on this server, I can actually access everyone's content. It's not usually the case that individuals can access each other's content. So I'm going to use my administrator privileges to go to User Content, go to Olivia's content, grab this, and move it. And first I'm going to put it back into My Content. Okay, there, I've taken it back. So we'll look at my content, and there it is. Instead of moving it specifically to Olivia's content, what I'm going to do is select it, select Move, and this time I'm going to put it in the shared content area. We'll click Move, click OK, and it is missing from my content. However, if I go back to my meeting room, back to my SharePod, we'll select Share Document. Under Shared Content is this content. What I've just demonstrated for you is two things. First off, how to move content around. That's important because it's useful to be able to do. But I'm also trying to drive home the point that once you have content that you've uploaded into a meeting, that you can use that content across meetings and share it across your organization. It's a great way to make sure, for example, that you're all using the same PowerPoint slide set when presenting your company's financials, or that you're always using the same information when you're providing some training for everybody in your company in the sales organization. Because it allows you to produce one consistent document and then share it with everybody. Now, there's a faster way to get content into the content library, so I want to quickly show you that too. If I have some content that's sitting on my desktop that I want to share with everybody, I'm going to select Content, and I'm going to click Shared Content here. And instead of moving it from one place to another, I'm simply going to select New Content. I'm going to browse for the file that I want to upload. In this case, I'm going to choose from among the exercise files that I've provided you. If you don't have a premium account, you can actually use any file that you like. And we'll grab this headshot of this woman here and click Open. And we'll give it a title. Now, this is actually doing more to it than I've done by uploading it and then moving it around after the fact. This is actually creating specific content out of it that has a description and has a title. So we'll call this Headshot Woman. And if I want to, I can actually give it a custom URL. Headshot Woman. Scroll down and click Save. So, by putting this in the shared content area, we'll go back to my room. I can select Share Document, Shared Content. There's the Headshot Woman content. However, if I come back over here, notice that there is a URL that will take me directly to that content. So I can drag select this. I'm going to right-click on it to copy it, create a new tab here in Firefox, and right-click to paste, and then hit Return. And what will happen is Connect will take me right to that content and show it to me so that I can take a look at it. And in fact, at this point, if I want, I can actually grab this and drag this to my desktop. So by using Connect essentially as a content server, I can take information or documents that I use frequently, share them with everybody in my company who's using Connect, and even use it as a way to distribute information because this content has a URL that takes me right to it. And that's the power of having Connect manage my content and using it as a way to organize my content in such a way that I can use it, reuse it, and share it.